Good morning. It's another day in the orchards and one of my favorite places to be. We were in bloom the last time we talked again, which is a very beautiful time of year. And now, at that point, we were seeing the promise of a crop and evaluating frost damage and all of the work the bees have done. And now we're looking at the potential for the crop and trying to estimate that. And we can see, very technical term, small green fruit. We're at a small green fruit stage with many of our apples, pears, and cherries. Blueberries are still a lot of bloom in them at the moment, but things are continuing to grow. The largest fruit that I'm finding now in apples are about 22 to 24 millimeters. And cherries, we actually cut them and determine different stages. First, they're very soft. We look at the parts of the flowers, shuck split, shuck fall, and then the pit inside begins to harden. So there's certain stages that help us determine where we are in the life of the cherry and how many more days we may have until the harvest comes. So interesting times because we're out there carefully looking at the nuances of color around us, but also how the fruit's changing. In optimum conditions, an apple fruit can grow a millimeter a day. So tiny changes, but over a week's time you can see significant differences, and you begin to see some fruit falling behind and some that are continuing to prosper. And as we look at that based on our experience, we can tell some of these tiny fruit are going to fall off and others are going to stay. There's a natural drop that occurs in the first part of June and usually is done by around the 15th or so. And by that time, we have a much better idea of what's going to stay and be there at harvest time. Cherries, we start harvesting them right around the 1st of June. Some of the earliest sometimes for us about the end of May. And it looks like we're generally maybe 10 days ahead, 10 to 12 days ahead of where we have been the last year or two. So a lot of things have to happen between now and then. We're daily watching the irrigation status of the orchards. We're looking at the color of the trees and how healthy they are. So busy times. We're adjusting the crop load. We're making plans to have a lot of people working through the trees, doing thinning. Taking off fruit where the trees are too heavy, because if they're too heavy, the fruit is small and doesn't give us the quality or the color that we really like to have. So intense time, but a fun time and a beautiful time. So good to talk to you again.